Yo, good morning.
Wake up in the morning, sun not shine. Where we calling, crib grind on my mind. Next platforms buzzing, good vibes we send. Rise up, stack sets, let's do this again. Morning on X, we tweeting the truth, grinding in where the blockchain, the proof from the wallet to the moon. We holding it strong. What's the road to riches in the crypto song? Check the charts, yeah, the market's alive. We see something on coins are thriving. FTs flipping, got the clear in my back. Smart contracts clicking, notes are in back to files. We're stacking the gains. Hotel to the dip, no stress in my veins. Post on X, GM fam, let's rise. Let's warriors, we reach in the skies. Good morning on X, we tweeting the truth. Grinding in where the blockchain, the proof from the wallet to the moon. We holding it strong. What's the road to riches in the crypto song? Gas fees low, yeah, we're moving with ease. Layer 2 solutions, breezing the seas. Minting new tokens, community tight. We're dreaming, we're working all night. Say GM to the fan, positivity spread. Crypto's the future, fiat's long dead. From Solana to ETH, we building the way. Rasta in the code, Jah guide us today. Yeah. I revive on the blockchain secure. Decentralized, world of vision so pure. No bank, no boss, just peer to peer. With the dream, I'm working all life. X keep us linked, the signal so clear. Tweeting GM loud, let the whole world hear. Yo, yeah, yeah. Oh, good morning on X, we tweeting the truth. Grinding in where the blockchain, the proof from the water to the moon. We holding it strong. What's the road to riches in the crypto song? So wake up on the grind, don't stop. Web raise the wave, we're reaching the top. Good morning on X, let's keep it real. Crypto's the fire, just love we feel. Yeah, one love, one chain, one dream. Where forever we reign supreme. Yeah, what's the ticker? Yeah. What's the ticker? Where's it at? What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fat. Got a runner on the map, Solana sniping like a gat. And the Soe is moving quickly. I'm the squeeze 'em where they at. I'm trying to bring the Mimquins back. 1,000x is gonna land. I got him chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Yes, good morning. Oh, turn it off, turn it off. Here we go. Good morning, Tick. How are you? And good morning, but everybody in the space. The live stream is
Good
up.
morning.
It's pinned up in the Jumbotron. Welcome everybody on YouTube and welcome everybody on X that's watching the visuals and live streams with us. Tick, good
Yes.
morning. You got
Yeah.
your coffee?
Yes, I just got my coffee.
Or
So nice.
should we wait longer for you to get your coffee?
Oh, I was muted. Sorry. Yes,
Oh,
I kept.
yes. Mic open.
Oh my gosh.
Mic
I'm
open.
sorry.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes,
Yeah,
I
you
got my
guys.
coffee, and it smells delicious. I'm so excited for
Yes.
this. Yeah.
Well, ever since Lamb has given me grief for drinking too much coffee too late in my day, and he's right. He was absolutely right. So I just sticking with some matcha, not too
Yeah.
strong, and I spent like 15 minutes of Zen making matcha. With the bamboo whisk and stuff. Getting
Yeah.
yeah.
I have the matcha. I don't have the bamboo whisk. I was thinking about ordering one on Amazon. But it's like that whole therapeutic process. Like I could like understand the benefit in it, but I could see myself being like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. And then when I'm like actually like with like wanting the matcha.
You
I'm gonna be
forget
like,
about the whisk and
yeah, I'm gonna be like just
take that
throwing it
part out.
together with the metal, yeah, the steel whisk or something. I'll
Yeah,
be like,
yeah,
ah,
yeah.
screw it.
Yeah.
Um,
No, it's really I can see why people in these countries culturally have these moments and these ceremonies around it, because it does bring a moment of some flow state, right? Where you just mindlessly do something while still paying attention and being involved, right? But
mm,
I think it's very valuable if you can learn at least how to calm yourself down, right? Because if you cannot be into that, something like that just takes like maybe 10 minutes, right? Then there's something wrong with your
wow.
attention,
Yeah,
right?
and
So,
yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. And it's when we find ourselves in those moments that we can be inspired too. I feel
Mm,
like, you know what I
absolutely. Then
mean?
when you drink that tea and you sit down, man, things just keep hitting my soul
Yeah.
straight after. It's crazy that that happened, right? But I do really understand how you can be like, oh, let me just take shortcuts, but really try and be gentle though firm with yourself that no, we got to finish this process that is prescribed to do,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's the only way it's going to be helpful for me, right? So
Hmm.
but yeah, things kept hitting my soul just today, and I have that more and more ramping up to the last 2 weeks of the last week and a half almost of me just changing hats with a lot of stuff in life, and so I really feel like this was all meant to be, and it's unfolding perfectly. And these are the moments when things keep hitting your soul, like, oh my god, this, and it all fits together somehow. And
Mm.
you wake up and you think like, how should I call this then? How should I go and approach this? And then later in the day, you're making that tea and you're sitting and it's like, oh my god, yes, this is the word I'm looking for, right? And it
Mm.
just drops into your mind because you're allowing some space for that to happen.
Yeah.
So I truly recommend doing something. Well, maybe it's not the tea, maybe you find that um, not appealing, but choose something else that you can do. Bring a
Dude,
little
I
ritual into your day,
yeah.
and that's going
What
to be
my
your moment. Yeah.
what my dad would do, because he's a computer programmer, is he would
Yeah.
get on his skateboard and he would go skateboard
Yeah.
around the block for like 10 or 15 minutes. He would just go ride his
Yeah.
skateboard like around the, just to take his mind and like to step away from the code so he's not staring at like a black and white screen. Just and like you do something like that and it's like it refreshes like your whole day. You come back to like what you're doing and all of a sudden like you're refreshed, your mind feels like regenerized. And these are things,
Absolutely.
yeah, people that are successful, you see them like implement these types of things, or like micro relaxation throughout their day. Like they have a moment where they dedicate yoga or meditation, something to calm themselves down and slow down to recover and rest so that they can
Yeah.
continue performing at top tier levels. So
Absolutely. And I think it's valuable in the crypto space
mm,
because we kind of tend to be stuck with our heads in charts and researching, or, I'm
yeah.
doing a lot more researching and the researching end all the time because I'm just curious and it drives me. But at one point, it's getting to be too much, right? I do know that I need to be trading more in the future, and I just don't want to stress myself out with it. I'm already looking at 300 charts every day, right? So that's kind of my max here. I don't need to look at more, even though going through this transition is kind of like having me feel like I need to do more, and I'm just like trying to stay really really grounded here and be like, no, right? There's only so much that gives me optimal results. Anything after that is going to be diminished results, diminished returns, right? So really gotta stay aware of that. And moments like this in the day really helps me out. So yeah, I see Nayala's in the space, Sholana, 1000X, Tiny, and let's get in that head there. And Lamb, and I bet your Lamb is on his way to New York. I see it all over my timeline. These Dojanal dogs that are going to meet up in New York. I guess there are still some tickets. So if you guys want to last minute go and have fun over there with Dojanal dogs, then go ahead and check that out. I was
Lamb's
in
there too.
Lem's here in the audience too.
No, but
Yes.
in New York doing that.
Oh, he's a yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whoa,
Mac
that's
and Lam are
crazy.
yeah. So Crypto Moonlight Space will be short and sweet, and coming
Wow.
from either in the traveling, I think, and then later in New York. So we're gonna have some spaces from the dogs that are actually related to that meetup and party in New York. So be on the lookout for those. Dojo Dog spaces won't stop, right? They just the content right now will be then from live from New York, so they're going to be space around that too.
That's crazy.
I was in Ape Space earlier, and Tal was on stage talking shilling Dojo Dogs with a passion, and so really impressive always to be in there with dogs and show your emojis, all right, uh, to make an impact. That is just so powerful. So yeah, shout out to the Doginal dogs. If you want a Doginal dog, go out to the doggy market. Well, you can go through the website of Doginal dogs to do that. If you want to pull that uptick, then we
Yeah.
have that chill out of the way. But look, there's going to be some hard chilling going on the next days. Tell you that much, right? And this is not going to be the last meetup either. So yeah, this community just continues to grow. The floor is just going to continue to rise, and so yeah. So let's pull up the Dojo Dog website
Yeah. Yeah. I have it up.
from
Yeah.
the doggy market. But if you're not sure and you still want to join the community and still want to be in the loop with all of that, you can start with a starter dog, and you can slightly adjust to your preference, and you change your PFP with that and watch the magic unfold that way, right?
Mm.
But yeah, the floor keeps rising, so don't wait too long grabbing an NFT. All right. Let's go have a look at this market because we're looking so pretty here, right? On the daily, everything starts to look bullish, even though we have that gigantic bearish divergence that kind of like plays out each and every time and making us go into that bullish continuation, right? But sideways down, and that is a bull flag, right? We mark that as a bull flag because we're macro bullish, and so we did that retesting of that lower trend line, and we're back straight in the middle, which is kind of when you're in the middle of a channel like that, it's kind of quicksand, right? I have to say that's always a dangerous place to be. But for now, I think we're moving to the upside. I see more pumps incoming. I am watching the stochastic like a hawk, especially that 29 points, the 27, 29 points there on the daily. It moved sideways there a little bit. And then when it does, it tends to create a little bit of resistance on the RSI. Also, if it curls down here again on the daily, we're just going to do some more retesting of the lower trend line. And what's that going to be like then? Well, then we're going to have to go a little bit lower, right? And we're looking at 96, the high 96, 95. It could be even two if that happens. But for now, it still looks like we want to puncture through that. So we need to hold this floor today, right? At least. And so the K line shoots above there and broke that resistance on the RSI. So that's what I'm looking at. And then the upper limit of that is the target would be 108.5 or 108.8 on depending on what chart you are. And this is all on the daily. So let's see how these lower time frames then look. I'm going for that 3 hour because it usually gives me alpha. Well, we're already in overbought conditions there. I, however, don't see no reason why we should not hold that 104 since we've taken that back now. Still a little bit in quicksand there, right? Nothing is for certain here at all. If we get pressure from that daily stochastic RSI resistance, then this is going to be most likely a dead cat scenario on the 3 hour, right? So be aware of that. Also, the alts are looking great. They finally, pumping it back a little bit together with Bitcoin, together that with that liquidity coming into the chart. However, be aware that the dominance is still high. So if Bitcoin does a retest again, all these pumps are for naught, right? All these pumps are just out the window again, and we're taking some stuff down. If you would paid attention to some of the signals that I gave earlier in the week or last week already, to pay attention to say E, right? And the pumping hard today, 14.4%. My TARS AI long is still open right now, pumping 26.8%. I have a 40x long out there. That is just making me bread for the rest of the week, so I can take it easy. And yes, in the future, as soon as, oh yeah, you guys, how well the alpha was here all along, wasn't it? Estate X, Estate X. If you would have listened to what I've been saying around that and just take it easy, put it on your watch list, watch that bottom coming in, right? And then you're gonna shoot some, every day shoot a little bit at it, right? And I did that. I actually did a 30% of my XRP back, which is massively up long term, anyways, to diversify myself into that estate X, and that has been pumping for 40% today. So if you took that alpha from me, then your bags would be really really good, high and pumping, right? Oh man, I was thinking of opening a long position on there, but I don't know why I did it. It was too much on my mind that I needed to do, or else yeah. That, but I'm happy with coulda, shoulda, woulda. I'm happy with my Thai uh, future long on there. And so yeah, I cannot wait to get into a grind with Web3. I just need to get back to 5 million impressions again, and then I can have subscribers. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a subscription available for to trade all this, you guys, to trade all this, entries and targets for you to make bread, because I am gonna be all about making bread. And I even think about doing that on Hyperliquid, just to stick with the hype, right? And I already have a name, and possibly also merchandise already attached to that, because I have big ideas. So yeah, that's Wild's bag pumping here.
Very
Maybe
nice.
we'll even tokenize some of that um, in the future, right? So interesting. So tomorrow I'll be at the Europa Square again in Amsterdam, and I'll be joining Women in Technology. There is going to be a 2 day fair, and I'm just going to be there for a few hours because I'm really busy, but I still want to go over there and do that. And, so pumping our bags there, our crypto bags. So women in technology important, women in crypto technology also important, right? So I'm gonna shill our bags. So that's what I'm gonna do the next days.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
I see you had it going on with our AI Arsenal. That girl,
Oh God.
fantastic. Yeah, yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, but we were talking about some really cool stuff though, and yeah, moving forward, I'd like to see what kind of stuff that we can start cooking as far as yeah, having another person uh, as a part of the team could be super freaking ideal too. Just having another cook in the kitchen could be a beneficial thing. Because yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, finding out that they are doing the same thing as I am, except with the OG Peanut thing, making Web3 websites and all that stuff. So very
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
cool.
Awesome. Oh, before I forget, can you pull up that State X website for me? Because I still want to shill a little harder on this, not just to pump my own big bag that I managed to get. I still need to DCA more. I'm waiting for this pump to relax a little bit before I do. But look, this guys, you want to keep an eye on that. Put it on your watch list. Not financial advising anybody, but this is a really good expansion of your portfolio, if I ever saw one. This is a blockchain geared only towards real estate, right? RWA. And I know many tried to tokenize that real estate before, because it is going to be bullish. It is a big financial chunk of area that crypto hasn't conquered yet, right? But they're about to. And you need some good guys, right? Some guys that really need, what was always lacking in this area was that legally this is difficult, right? uh, just jurisdictions, laws, all that kind of stuff around property, and then trying to hook that up to crypto has always been difficult. And so they took 5 years, and in the middle of that figured out that they needed to have make their own
Hello,
blockchain
guys.
so
My
that
name's
would
Martin.
basically fit better,
Terrible weather out
and then
here.
go through all these hoops to make it crypto make to make real estate crypto relatable in a way that is also legal, and still has you recognized as owner of property, right? So they're making their own blockchain. They already made it. It's in testnet. It will launch in quarter 3. Quarter 3 is right around the corner. So of course, after a beautiful launch, they did a rally, and then, like I said before, you wait for stuff to come down to find its floor. Long term bullish here, you guys. So, have it on your watch list. Do with this information what you will, right? But this is going to be bullish. Quarter 3 is going to go main for them, and I just want to be ready with front row seats here and buy as low as I possibly can. Now, today it did pump 40%. So please, wait for things to relax. I wait for things to relax there too, even if it pumps another 40%, right? I'm just relaxed. I have it on the watch list. I have my DCA strategy here, and I stick with the plan. I'm here for quarter 3 and quarter 4 with this project, and even long term, because there's going to be some stuff around there that actually can have you earn passive income. And tokenizing your own home, your own property, all these things are on the table there. So yeah, just check that out. And I think cool addition to my portfolio. I'm psyched. So yeah,
Yeah, it's
let's
very
go.
cool. Yeah, I saw it's over a penny today for up from
That was so undervalued. People panic all the time, and you just got to be patient. Time in here in crypto is your friend. You should not FOMO in any direction, right? Just wait. Price will always come back for you in one way or the other, or close to. So just be patient. Don't FOMO in now because it pumped 40%. Just wait for everything to relax there a little bit. Let's look at some levels then, because it's such a young token, so it will not respect any level. It still is going to find its support and resistance here. So I'm gonna look at a lower time frame because it is a young token. So I'm gonna look on that. Well, actually, I'm getting a one big hell of a buy signal on the hour. But let's keep it real. So 0.01 is gonna be a buy order from me. If there's a wick coming from me, there's been 3 wicks already coming on that price. So I'm just going to put another order there to pick me up and put me straight away in 10-15% profit, right? Because there is a lot of buying going on in that zone. So the buy zone right now is between that 0.01 and a 0.011, right? So that zone over there, that's a buy zone, right? If we look lower, then it would be 0.009, but I don't think that thing is coming down to where I kind of start buying at 0.006, right? This thing is going to kill some serious zeros. I can expect this to be a dollar anytime soon, especially if we're, at quarter 4. So, man, this could even be $5. This is ugly upside potential here. Yeah, especially with what they're building. If you went to these AMAs, if not, then go ahead and listen to these recordings, because this is so important for crypto moving forward. So much alpha in there on the outlook of how to do that and how they went about it. They're very transparent when it comes to that. Some big names behind there, right? Steve from Tether is in there. So, I mean, look, right? Do I need to be more clear? Put it on your watch list. If you want to get it, I would look for these levels, and maybe set even one ridiculously low. Maybe a wick comes pick you up, right? Yeah, that's how I was. I need a lift. I set it lower, right?
mm,
That's the sport here, to buy as low as possible, and you could always add to your bag later. But yeah, bullish on this one going forward. Like I said, they're in testnet right now, main in quarter 3, and I'm expecting a lot from this project. Yes.
yeah.
All right, moving on. Tick, you got some tickers?
Mm, let's see.
Maybe some DJ. I mean, welcome everybody that has joined this space once more, right?
Um
And welcome everybody on YouTube and on X if you're watching with us, because obviously sometimes there's a lot more people watching that than there are in this space. If you like to come up and chill, or just chill, that's fine too. You can pump your bags with a project that you like to chill, or you chill yourself, right? Either way, bullish. Let's go.
Let me see. So yeah, nothing new except there is some news or talk of news with the gem commun. Actually, no, I'm gonna screw this up. I shouldn't go into it. Yeah, no, I don't have any news right now. Really, everything. I mean, I got some worthy mentions. So Gem is up 24% today, which is awesome. S&P 500 is currently up 4% today. S&P 500 is seems like it's doing all right. That one that I brought up yesterday, Zen AI, is still holding strong. Zen AI, I'm very intrigued by, and like I'm gonna keep that one on my watch list and keep looking at it. And then outside of those, just the usual. Let me see. So, 1000X is still performing. Or oh, we had a little pullback today, but it's still at 16K. Still showing strong support on 1000X despite Sui trying to run down to like $2. Sui is just like falling like there's no tomorrow. Sui's sitting at $2.79, down from $3.85 like a month ago. So that's been fun for me to my DCA has just been watching it go down, down, down every time. And besides that, there was yeah, I think that actually pretty much covers the bases. So, yeah, I haven't. I mean, I've been. Oh, you know what? I just noticed that they on Moby Screener now they have something called trenches, which looks like it's a way to screen the platforms where meme coins are launched, essentially. So you can see Meteora, Radium, Believe, Pump.Fun, and so you can basically see the volume that's going through. You can see the market share. You can see the active traders, the liquidity. It's basically an overall snapshot of how the trenches are doing, essentially. Which for me, I kind of take a mental note like every day. It's like you look at where like Solana's at, and you can kind of gauge how it's doing. You know, with Solana at $150 today or $148 wherever it's at. The fact that you see let's see, 8% down in the number of graduated coins, 16% down in the percentage of bonded coins on Pump Fund. So all of these things, you know, as Bitcoin's moving sideways, they all kind of have like an effect on each other. You know, more people start going into Solana to lose money because the market's not moving fast enough for them, and the percentage of those people just slowly decreases because that's not really a sustainable model. But the market's not moving fast enough, so here I'm gonna go try my luck on the Solana markets. That was my psychology. You know, I'm not. This isn't something that I currently do, but I can see myself. I know that you were saying, on days where it's moving sideways, like go touch grass, go do something else. Don't get yourself wrecked, because the tendency is to like be looking at the charts and say, oh, there's no momentum here with any of these like layer ones or any of the bags that I'm holding. These aren't moving. I'm gonna rotate into something else, and you've talked about it before, and I love it when you bring that up, because I have walked in those shoes. I know how that road goes, and I know where it ends too. Maybe you get lucky even a half dozen times, and you think that you're like, it's like, man, my luck is incredible. But it only takes that one time to get liquidated in a couple seconds, to lose a couple grand in like 2 seconds, to realize that
Absolutely.
that it's not a replacement for due diligence. And we're
Absolutely,
mm,
right? So we kind of like to just give that disclaimer all the time. I so like to degen. And even though I'm kind of a Bitcoin maxi, right? So Bitcoin is my end game. I love utility alts. I love blockchain technology, new layer ones coming out. I'm just, geeking out on all of that, right? For sure. But I'm so degen as well. And I sometimes for you guys, I might not, I might see like a Susie can choose, right? Something like that, right? But when I go to these meetups with Bitcoin and conferences and stuff, it is really really clear that I'm so degen. So in comparison to them, right? Because they would never buy a meme coin, never in their life, and I'm just all about it. I'm just like, look, I'm in a casino. I like a casino. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
with all my money. It's not a
Right.
strategy for
Right.
me at all.
Right.
I just like to have fun. I see that that's where the fun kind of is, right? That's where I get
Yeah.
lots of ideas from things as well. I get actually inspired because I have so much fun. And the other trading, you
Mm,
guys, trading is hella boring. And it should be, right? It should be boring.
right.
Your trading, your portfolio, your strategies, right? That's all so boring. And if you have that optimized already, you really just stick with the plan. You don't even need to be on X. You don't need to be looking at charts every day for that, right? So, and it's so boring because you're just, yeah, going through the mechanics of it all. But yeah, it's too boring for me. And I like to see some action. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why, I like to be in the trenches like that. And
Yeah.
also, I like to support people that think they can do something, in a decentralized way and have an idea and just go ahead and run with it. And I'm just like, yeah, that's nano cap, of course, but I enjoy that too. And I want to support that as well. So yeah, that's why I'm here, and that's why exactly we have this space. What's the ticker, right? Come on, come, bring your communities. Let's hear it. And we have had awesome communities coming, like Gem, Chadet, shout out there, right? We have the NFT collections, like the Trump Soul Club, and also the gem tarts, right? What's up with these gem tarts anyway? Take, are we making some money with that, or what's going on?
Um. Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
let's do a an update on that because
Yeah.
that's been a while.
DGEM has been in my inbox. So the team
Mhm.
is definitely dude, they're just working, grinding constantly. You know what? Also, did you see Gem has been added to the S&P 500 as a meme coin that you can choose as your rewards that to be distributed. So the yeah, that's a new.
What can I do with my gem tart? That's kind of what I want
Well, the
to know.
Gemtard makes you eligible for the 20 soul giveaway, but I don't know the details about that. I kind of faded. I mean, I I participated, but I never like really paid attention to the details. I was like, oh yeah, like I'll do this,
Yeah,
and
I
then
just minted. I just
yeah.
minted because I
So
was bullish. I
I,
see that's how your degenerate can be,
I
right?
like
You
to
just
have that approach though because I'm like, oh, if I win, then that's like cool. It's like totally unexpected. I don't want to buy the NFT and then stare at the chat like say like, dude, did I win? Did I win? I don't. That's just. I think I have better things to do with my time. So, I like to believe so. So, yeah, my gem tards are just sitting there, and I'm just hoping that I just get an update randomly one day that they're just like, hey, by the way, remember that thing we were doing? Probably not. But so gemstone rewards. Let's see. Let's go check from the source, from the sauce. They say 4 hours ago it's evolving faster ever. Oh, and there was a feature in LA Weekly, which I'm kind of confused about, because I thought that I'm the closest one to LA out of like everyone. So I kind of want to find out who else is in LA so that we can like form boots on the ground.
yeah. Meanwhile,
Okay.
we do have
Yo,
somebody
yo,
on
yo, yo,
stage.
yo, 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 Jim Cards.
What's up,
Let's
bro?
go.
Hey
That's
I
guys,
that's
got
what's up.
I got myself gem tarts. What can I do with my gem tarts? If there's anything that I can do with my gem tarts?
currently there is not, but I know that there is been talks of us creating like a little card game kind of thing with it.
Yes.
Um, and then each of them has like its own like power and whatnot, kind of like Pokemon. I guess
Yes.
might be the best way to think about it.
Yeah.
And then as far as the 20 soul giveaway, we are just waiting for it to be completed. I think we're
Oh
around like
yeah.
60% or so. And then then of course we're gonna do that, and of course you guys will be updated. You guys are
Yes.
definitely gonna be updated,
Yes.
without a doubt.
Yes. Bullish.
As far as let's say bullish news, yesterday we got posted. We had an article. Diego Valdez, who is like an organic, he just found us and whatnot. Not a paid sponsor or anything along those lines. Actually holds like a pretty good bag in our community. He was posted. He had an article on the LA Weekly, um, and he full ported Jim. If you guys don't mind, I can throw it on the jumbotron if you
Yes,
guys would like.
please. No, that is so sick. I'm just kind of bummed that they didn't mention me I'd be like, yeah, dude. No, I'm just kidding. But it'd be,
Dude, how selfish of you guys, you know?
I'm just playing. I want to see the article though. That is so freaking dope. Like,
He
oh my
says he's
god.
playing, but he's not playing.
I know, right? I'm
Dude,
like,
I just work here, you know, like
I'm looking for
I'm
mine.
unpaid too, so.
Oh man, you know what though? I do want to make a gem video now too. I don't know if you saw the S&P
See?
500 videos that I made. I made a couple S&P 500 videos, and then yesterday I made a couple 1000x videos too. One like South Park style of Jesus turning water into wine, and then he 1000x's the wine. And then the other one is basically a montage of the different video clips that I had created with animations and effects in between them, and then like a voiceover, like an AI created voiceover. So it's like it kind of like can be perceived as serious, but it's kind of meant to be like ironically funny and kind of cute at the same time. So I mean that's kind of like my approach with the whole shilling 1000x thing, because it's like we remain delusional, and that's the only way that we're gonna make it. So and
We
I'm
can't
not.
be too serious in this spaces, guys. If
It's
we're
true.
too serious, then we're gonna have like we're just gonna want to kill ourselves. Honestly,
That
like,
won't be fun.
that's the
Right.
truth.
That approach,
So
yeah.
let's kind of wheel it back into that
Mm-hmm.
mint then, and then we're gonna do a shield for that, because that will actually make you eligible to win what 20 Solana, 20 Sol, yeah, anytime I'm up for that. So let's make a shield for that then, Tick, and pull that up and see what people
Yeah.
need to do in order to win 20 Solana. That's not nothing. I'm gonna win 20 Solana. I'm just gonna
I'm down for
manifest right now.
You got to. You
20.
got to throw it out in the universe. You know.
That's it. That's it. And I
Hell
will
yeah.
bless my village with it, 100%.
I'm gonna find it real quick on the main gym page, and then I'll throw
Mm-hmm.
it up on the what's it called Jumbo in a second. Give me
Yeah,
1 second.
Tick will get it
Sick.
from there.
Yeah,
Tick will look for
I
it.
was just reposting the thing about Gem and S&P 500. That
Yes.
I think that is so freaking cool. And then let me see if I can find the. Um, I've seen the post about the LA Weekly thing, but I hadn't seen the article, so I was kind of just waiting for you guys to hit us with the news. Real
So the
Dio
article is
Galvitas,
gonna
I
be
think.
on that post at
Yeah,
the towards the bottom. I
I
believe.
found it. I found it. Yeah, sick. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead. Can I share this to Jumbo? All right. So do some maneuvering real quick, and I'll throw it up on the Jumbo so that the listeners at home can follow along. I've got. Let's see. Here we go. So if you don't know me, you've been living under a rock. The rise of real Diego Valdez. Oh man, that sounds like Wilder. She always says that. If you don't know about the Dogemal dogs,
You must be
I
living
knew
under
about
a
you
rock.
guys before I even got into this whole like trenches and like the
Exactly.
Solana.
Exactly. You must be living under a rock if that's the
yeah,
case.
dude,
I mean, you cannot have one post that you cannot say good morning and not have at least one Dogeable dog on your in your comments. I
dude.
don't even think that's possible. If
Mm.
even if we tried not to do it, it will happen.
Yeah, I think if you even told them not to do it, it would still happen. Like there would be that one guy, you know.
Yeah, yeah. That's how we roll with the pack.
It's
And I
so
know
cool.
other people try to make me change to PFP, and that's for me. It's just bullish, and it's gonna keep it. The more people say that I need to change it, but William, what would it take for you to be willing to change your PFP? And the more people say that, the more reluctant I am to change my PFP, because that's just a bullish indicator for me.
There you
That's
go.
just bullish indicator.
Yeah,
Should be for you too, Take. I love the white hat. It gives me
dude.
some
I
some you know
what
porn star vibes there.
he's been a real menace ever since he put on that white hat. That's the greatest. I love that. Dick has become a menace ever since he got that white hat.
All right. All
So
right. So just
yeah,
stick
this
with
the
stick
article,
with the program.
dude.
Do
I'm
we have a show
yeah,
for gem tarts for that mint?
yeah.
Because I need to win 20 Solana in a hurry. I said I was going to win 20 Solana, and I'll bless my village 100%. So I'll keep nothing, and I'll bless every follower, somebody in my.
I just threw
following.
it on the jumbotron
Dude,
right there too.
we've been talking about
Cool.
gems since the beginning of June when
Yeah.
Monkey first came to us and he was like, "Yo, like check this out." And so we've been watching this now. This has been over 3 weeks, a month of
Yeah.
us watching this, and this ticker is just watching it rally has been like insane against the market. The market's, like watching the market bleed, and we're just watching Gem take off. This is so sick. And then the mention in LA Weekly as well. It's like I love stuff like that
Crazy.
so much
Yeah.
because the whole reason that I love doing this so much is to try to help people that aren't crypto native maybe have a little bit of confidence with trying to explore the ecosystem of blockchain. So this article, exclusive, you don't know me, you've been living under a rock. The rise of Real Diego Valdez is a breakdown of so he is basically a man that's been firing across fashion, entertainment, Web3, and culture at large. He isn't just a public figure; he's a movement. Let me see. When we sat down with Diego, fashion icon, actor, artist, crypto activist, brand builder, and voice for the people, his story didn't just unfold, it hit. He speaks the way he lives, sharp, clear, and unapologetically honest. And then it goes on to that guy with the billboards in Times Square. So he's basically a marketing figure. Is that correct? This guy, and he's the one that
Yeah, he
created.
was a model. Yeah,
Mm,
he's a model. He did like some ads with Calvin and Klein, I think Diesel, like a couple other like big brands, right? And then I guess he's kind of like retired from that section of his life, and is kind of like going towards other routes and whatnot. And then he just kind of like stumbled upon us, and that's kind of how our relationship grew. I think that's kind of the best way to summarize it a little bit.
oh, that's badass. Very cool, man. Yeah, I love this though. That anything that like entices people, makes them curious about crypto, and what a awesome for some of these not crypto native. I feel like this is actually no one shame me for saying this, but I do think it is a good like entry point for someone that maybe isn't crypto native to learn how the dynamics of swing trading works, or how swapping, how loading a Solana wallet even works. There's some people, a lot of people don't even have a Phantom wallet. A lot of people don't even have Coinbase. So it's
Yes, even though I do need to add a little comment to this,
yeah,
right? So look, when people smell money to be made, they will figure out. They will go to 20 hoops
yeah,
to open a wallet.
yeah.
I mean, we
They'll
kind of
start
already.
reading
I don't know if
We've
everything.
all
you're
done.
Yeah.
you're
We've all
more
done it.
into crypto. Yeah, but I was like, how am I going to do this? And I needed to do lots of things, and on ramping back then was a headache as
Yeah,
well. But I figured it out because I smelled money, and I was like, yep, well, then we just gotta have to do what we gotta have to do here, right?
yeah,
And so a lot of people do a lot of things for the the profit for the Lambos, right?
yeah,
So that said, you do want to make it easier. You also do want to educate people because you are going to make mistakes when you're just pulling up into crypto, right? You
yeah,
are going to possibly click a link that is sus, and you're probably going to do some wrong swaps, and maybe even wrong swaps between blockchains, that you're sending it somewhere else and it's never to return, and or you can't find it anymore in your
yeah.
wallet, right?
I've
That
definitely
kind of
done that.
stuff.
Oh, I did it the other day. Oh, it
And
was it was so
yeah,
shitty. It
you
was
know,
30
And
bucks.
how long have you been in this? Like,
Oh, dude, it was just a newbie mistake. I could tell the quick story. I had something show up in my wallet that I didn't recognize, and so I tried
yep.
sending it to another wallet because I was like, okay, I didn't purchase this token. What is this? And so I didn't think I could interact with it. So I'm like, here, I'll try sending it to another wallet. And me trying to send it, it actually sent $30 worth of Ethereum to some mystery wallet. This contract must have been a
Yes.
that's
phishing. It
crazy.
was a
Yeah, they do
phishing.
that.
Yeah, it was a phishing
Yeah.
contract, and it's happened to
You
me.
look, if you
Oh,
find
it
coins
sucked.
in your wallet that you did not buy, do not interact with those. It's not bullish, right? No matter what it says, no matter
Yeah,
how bullish a ticker there is in there or something, just ignore all of this. You're right. There is, good things in life are for free, but most things are not. And so you
yes.
just try and play it
So
safe
stupid
that
of me.
you're not getting blessed by
The
the universe with anything there, right?
the ticker was
Pretty
Ethereum
funny.
Games. Just for anyone, if Ethereum Games shows up in your wallet, don't touch
Yeah.
it. If anything shows up in your wallet, don't touch it. You will get random
Exactly.
NFTs.
Don't.
I have so many
Yeah.
NFTs that I didn't purchase that say win $10,000 by clicking Solana Fund or whatever, like stupid
Yeah.
advertisements that they just spam out to any
So
wall.
this
Yeah,
is also, I don't want to get sidetracked too much here,
yeah.
but this is also the bullish argument for launch pads, right? Like Pump Fun getting
Mm.
into the on scene because it did give you a quote unquote fair launch with a contract that could not be messed with, right? And an LP that could not be rugged. And so with the intention of keeping people safe, but then on the other end, it never did anything about who could launch a token and not any vetting on that end. So we are where we are. But the bullish argument for launch pads is exactly that because previously, and I know a lot of people in the space remember this, you would interact with, let's say you're being on ETH, right? And you want to swap something. You can even, interact with a contract that just wipes your wallet. So you always needed to put
So
a scanner on there. You needed to pay for scanners that would do in-depth screening of these contracts that you were interacting with because you don't know, right? And there was a lot of rugs going on in that area too. So conclusion of all this story is scammers will scam. Crypto is the wild west, so there's going to be scammers out there, right? There's people who are going to try and take your money, and they can do so because we are still very early in crypto, and it is kind of the wild west. So just be aware of all of this, right? So yeah,
yeah.
keep the
I
stuff.
just want to kind of add to your
Yeah.
point too. I think that also like Pump Fund and all those stuff kind of gave crypto, in a sense, like the true crypto, like our like communities, right? It kind
Yeah.
of gave it a false
DeFi.
narrative,
Yeah.
that they can all just everybody can just get rich quick off these like pump and dumps, and it's like,
Bro.
dude, you're
Uh,
not gonna get rich quick. This is if you're gonna actually play the game,
yeah.
it's gonna be a long game,
Oh man.
and it's not gonna
Exactly.
be an overnight win.
Yeah.
Time
So
in the market versus timing the market, right? That is the key to success in crypto, and patience is kind of a requirement for this. Also, to be emotionally detached, that's kind of good advice for, I'm a hypnotherapist and a psychologist as well. And, I would kind of love to do a space. I'm going to do that in Crypto Moonlight, by the way, to address some things with people and money and how sometimes that's so distorted, and also how I can make you confident like in 15 minutes. And that all has got to do with just how emotionally responsive you are versus non responsive, right? Being non responsive doesn't mean that you cannot feel emotions. You can feel all you like. Acting that out is going to be a weakness for you, and it's going to be not helpful. So, yeah. So we're going to do that. I'm going to tackle that. What's the ticker is just not the environment to do that in, but I see Crypto Moonlight being a little bit more the environment to do that in. So yeah, stay tuned for all of that and join the Crypto Moonlight as well. That
Mm.
space, I'm a co-host there, and Lam is the host. He's sitting there right in the audience. So being emotionally detached is going to be a superpower, and it is a superpower in life, and it's also very much so in crypto, right?
I
Because
also think that like the way that the like social media and everything has gotten us, it's kind of everybody kind of looks for instant gratification also
Mm-hmm.
instead of like
well,
post
that's that
gratification.
emotional reactiveness, right? We're
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
getting you are always a slave to emotions. That's going to be a thing, right? Trauma and shit doesn't come out as a feeling. It comes out as an action without you knowing it. But then over time, you spot a pattern, and then it's like, oh my god, it's because I react. This triggers me, and
When are you guys gonna
it's
do this? Because I like this stuff. I love psychology. I love all that stuff. So
yes.
this just sounds like my kind of ballpark. When is the? Well, you
Oh,
guys have me. So if anything, invite me to it. I followed Lamp just now too. Lamb.
yes, follow Lamb, and then he will have it in a title somewhere when they come back from New York. I am wanting to do at least maybe twice a week, do something related in that area in part of the space because it is his space, right? So in part of the space, we'll address something like this, and take a deep dive. And I can do some stage hypnosis with you guys in space. That's kind of like trickier and harder, but it is doable. And so yeah, that would be a lot of fun as well.
Mm. Um, dude, I was just on the Gem uh, Twitter page, and it's so sick. There's some videos being created that are like Gem promo videos. So the one with the chart run in, sometimes the chart goes up, and then it goes to like the gumball machine, and it's like filled with the gems, and there's a little robot puts the soul coin in there, and it spits money out. It's so sick. Like just simple little things like this, I think, are so helpful just for just giving people an idea of what's going on the back end. It's like, okay, if somebody took the time to create this video, then they're, probably taking time to do other things. It's like take pride in what you do and have that be evident. And when I see that with the project, I get I get super bullish, I get super stoked. I
Yeah,
you
not
know
yours, man. Come on.
I know, right? No, but there is definitely another side to that, to where if you see so much advertisement and it's all and there's nothing actually there. It's like you can there is definitely another side to that as well. Another edge to that sword where having good like developed visuals and things like that is great, but if it just seems like it's all smoke and mirrors, that's a completely different thing. But it's really cool to see these gem videos come along the way that they are, because it's nice to have something animated when you're scrolling on the page, I think.
Absolutely. So with that chill out of the way, you guys, you want to learn about Ticker Gem, also their NFT collections, right? Win 20 Solana, mint a gem tart, and that you just be eligible to win that. I'm gonna win the 20 Solana. Just get that one straight. Bless my village. So yeah, but also on stage here is a thousand X on Sui. So
Mm.
if you guys have not learned about Sui and Sui ecosystem, I do not. Are you living under a rock? What are you doing, right? Uh, Sui is a parallel scalable layer one blockchain, and it has its own code using Sui Move, right? Is bullish because it is actually a simplified form, I would say, of Rust, right? Rust and Solana is kind of complicated, and Sui Move is really, really intuitive building. I started building with it. Now, if I can make a contract on with Sui Move, so can you. I'm not Einstein by any means, so if you are inclined to technology and coding like that, and you're into that or you want to be into that, right? Go to Sui's Discord and look for the builders. They actually have boot camps there. They're willing to back projects up and builders up all the time. They're really good about that over there. So if it's you and looking for a new career, you're curious about all that, go ahead in that direction. Otherwise, it is the fastest layer one blockchain out there. Also, USA recognized token. I have marked this one as the golden child for this bull run, and you can quote me on this, right? I can't wait to stick it to people. I've been calling for Sui for about a year and a half, even before all the hype, recognizing this as the golden pony, right? The one that will outshine, and it already did so on three occasions where it outran Bitcoin, like pretty hardcore. When Bitcoin is going to be in price discovery, so is Sui, and that's going to be a special thing. The only one to do that last time was Solana, and we all know what happened there, right? So bullish on Sui. Also, that ecosystem, because it is a new language, it slowly comes out with being, with their utility being added all the time. It's a process over there. Of course, there are meme tokens as well, but they love utility over there. So even meme tokens have utility. So check all that out. The volume coming on Sui is going to make everything pump there hardcore. Now, look, there's only about 50 projects right now in the meme section on Sui that I would say are active, right? Marked as active, and marked with half of them have utility as well. And so all that volume will come not only for the handful of utility on there, but also for the memes. And that, in comparison to other chains, had put me being bullish on Sui and Sui tokens in general, because when Sui pumps, that whole ecosystem, there's access that are crazy, right? Hippo went over 200 mil, Lofi 260 mil. I got a bag a little bit too late, but I felt like I was late. I got it at like 4 million. I bought Lofi, right? And that ran the 260 millis in a heartbeat, right? Axel, I got Axel at 1.2 millis, ran to 40 mil. I mean, look, that edit shit goes crazy there. on the regular when the market looks good, Bitcoin is looking good. Before that happens, so we start to outperform. I'm expecting that to happen in September once more, and so I'm just taking front row seats. So I'm always, up for looking at stuff on SUI, and I do so by using Rate and X. Rate and X is the Bull X for SUI. So if you want to get yourself positioned, go ahead into my bio. There's my referral link. Thank you very much. You sign up through that. But just get yourself ready and situated over there. Hook that up already. When volume comes in, you can DJ all day, every day there, and it's going to be fun and it's going to be profitable. So go ahead and sign up. Of course, on that Rate and X, I saw something popping up on the screener, and it said 1000x. And of course, when something is called 1000x, I just have to investigate immediately. And so, I went into the TG and was like, hey, what's up? And we kind of had a space shortly after, and I invited them to come. And turns out these are just legit people, right? And all they want is 1000x. And you know what? I'm on board with that. That's all I want too. I just want 1000x. It shouldn't be that hard, right? Especially low cap like this. It's sitting right now like what, 16K?
Yeah,
60K
16.
market cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could buy. I bought some percentage and just take that away. So I'm just making sui on the daily just for hauling on here. And this can, because it's so nano cap. The fun thing is it can actually 1000x. So so yeah, manifest that. It was on the stage with us, but is now in the room. Maybe some connection issues.
Yeah, I wanted him to come up and do a shill.
Yeah, I requested back up so we can do a shield. There's also going to be a massive giveaway because we're going to host the space, especially then for 1000x Sui. And it's going to be for me to my village a Sui giveaway, right? And I think that 1000x is going to give away some moon bags here and there in the space as well. And that's going to be happening on Thursday. So watch out for my post. Put your notice on for that. Because we're going to have some fun in the space. In order to win, you are required to be in the space. So when I do a giveaway, that's a requirement. So we can keep the scammers at bay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Did you pull up the chart or anything,
Yes,
bullish?
yeah, I had the X1000 chart up, and then I was actually just on Moonbags looking at
Well, yes.
my
Well, I have bags there, right? So
yeah.
I'm gonna have to be honest with it. I'm pumping my own bag here just as hard. But for me, this is just about the ticker. I don't even care about utility. My meme coins need to have something that makes me buy them based on sentiment. And that's either a ticker. I think the ticker is bullish. There's something about it. There's a little bit of a lore, right? And so 1000x, that for me is just straight up. That's all I need. 1000x. I don't need even that staking is fun. But 2000x, I'm not needing that, right? I don't need
Mm-hmm.
an NFT. And let's
Agreed.
go.
It's like anything we can add to the ticker is a bonus at that
It's a
rate, right?
bonus. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
but I think hey, like you said, the giveaway that's that's going to be awesome. Yeah, let's do that this week. Like, let's share some love to the people on X, to your village, and to everybody that wants to show up. Looks like I'll probably gear up to maybe make a post, just kind of announcing that we're gonna turn up on Thursday with you guys over at the what's the ticker space here. So for get as many
Yes.
people to tune in as possible.
Absolutely. So I'm going to make the link straight after this show and give it to you so you can tag it in your post. And I'll be making a separate post of myself too because I'm going to do a separate Sui giveaway to have, because I want to bless my community this way. And so there's going to be a Sui giveaway here. That's just all mine and ticks, from our name, from our wallets to yours, right? To bless you, to bless our village for showing up, and also to introduce you to Sui because we need to do some more boarding over there because I want my village to start printing when Sui starts hauling, right? And so, also disclaimer, I'm bullish on a lot of chains as well, but you know what? I'm looking for the one that can outperform, and I think that's Sui. I'm convinced it's Sui, actually. And it doesn't mean that there are not bullish things out there that I also believe in and that I also think will do me great, great numbers, right? But if I'm looking for the golden pony for this bull run, I'm banking on Sui. Yes, 100%. And then have like a what do we got on Sui, man? That is listed right now and is active, utility and memes. That may be like 100 tokens, and all that volume, that rally in September. when some of these tokens did multi-millis, that was with half of the volume that Solana normally gets. But because there is so little amount of projects on there, it just makes it blow up insane, right? So it's like if you're not over there, at least looking or hooking up your Raiden X, right? Like to get ready for all of that, I think opportunity missed, right? So yeah, 1000X, let's go.
Yes, and oh, I know that you did ask me to update. What was it? The um, buy bot animation. Buy bot animation for TG. Huh. So
Yeah, that was I shot you a DM
yeah,
a couple days ago.
I just saw that today. Yeah, sorry about that.
No,
So
no worries, no worries. I was just thinking, if there could be anyone up to the case, it could be you, buddy.
Huh. Yeah, I've never. So it's just a GIF. Yeah, we could do something. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
or it doesn't have to even be that. It can. It's any kind of
video.
yeah, video. So just play around with it, see what you can cook up.
What kind of like image or animation are you thinking of for the Bybot animation? Do you have any ideas?
Yes, I do, brother. I'll send you some.
Okay.
I'll keep. Oh yeah, I'll send you a couple of what I have in mind anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Because what we do is that we take that idea and then we feed it into like Perplexity. I would probably use Perplexity, or I mean, or Gemini or ChatGPT, and then you tell it create a prompt to make a video with this data. And then you give it the data for, the idea, the vague idea, and then it takes that and then enhances that prompt. And then we feed that into a model. You could even just do it in Gemini, would be the fastest. And then you take that video and then import it into CapCut, and then from CapCut you can export as a GIF. So yeah, it's pretty. The process is pretty straightforward. It'd probably take less than 10 minutes to do something like
Cool.
that.
Yeah, it'd be fun just to play around and see what we could cook up there.
Yeah, you saw
Uh,
the 1000x video that I made last night, right? I was just playing around last night and I made a little that 1000x with Bulky spitting the fire, and it's got like the English lady voiceover. Did you happen to see that?
I don't think I have seen it, dude.
Oh,
I'll take a peek.
yeah, dude, it's sick because so yeah, I put 1000x is the hottest meme coin on Sui Network. The ticker is X1000. Stake your 1000x Sui on Moonbags, and then there's like a little video, a little like montage of Bulky, but yeah, I was just playing around with the software and wanted to make just like a little promo video. I want to make more, but I was just kind of like messing around, seeing what I could cook up.
Yeah, as you can tell, I support this project, right? Because I told you, right? Sometimes you just got to be delusional, toss a bag in, and just be totally delusional about it. Manifest that 1000x, right? And so this is really hopefully drawing a more of a community that is the same. I love delusional bulls because I know you will win in the end, right? So unite under 1000x, right? Let's go.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, let's if you guys need help with a GIF or anything, or you need a movie transported to a GIF, to a high quality GIF, then you can also send it to me, and I can do that for you too, because I am like that, right? I'm taking like that. Took my own horn. Let's
Hell
go.
yeah. Very nice.
Yes.
And then let's see. And then S&P 500, we don't have them with us in the building today, but just worthy mention, just because of what's going on with they are trying to build the communities and bring communities together on Solana by the whole premise here is, so you get S&P 500. You hold, I think you need a minimum of like 100,000 coins or something. It's a pretty low entry, but then you earn USDC as rewards, and you can configure the rewards to actually switch to Gem, which actually earns you rewards as well. So the whole idea is that your rewards can earn you rewards even. So it's reward inception over here, and And they're also incorporating Gore into there, Gore Bagana, which is it's been the number one coin now. I found it a couple days ago. I didn't buy any because I get scared when I see anything over like a 10 million market cap. I just run. And this one's sitting now at 23.9 million. I think it was up to 34 million yesterday. Gore Bagana is a meme token that is essentially, so it's a fork of Solana. They just slapped a new name on it called Gore Bagana, and it's just basically a joke that you could call any fork of a layer one, basically, by any other name. So that's kind of just a play on, I guess, the silliness of that. But yeah, so Gore is the number one coin right now, or one of them. Maybe it's a little lower than it's number two right now. But it is trading at almost 2.5 cents, and that is a coin that they are now featuring, as well as Fart Coin. There's a few different coins that they have in the meme folio that are options for rewards. So look into it, do your own research, of course. But this project in particular, S&P 500, I've seen. Let me see. So for instance, if I go and see on their Twitter page, it's 2,900 followers. I've just seen a lot of activity on my timeline and a lot of people basically mentioning this. So it's take some time and check it out. Yeah, hold 100,000 tokens of S&P 500. Connect your wallet, choose your favorite tokens up to 5, and start receiving them for every hour for free by setting up the meme folio on smprewards.com. So yeah, check it out. Yeah, these guys are a cool group of individuals, and they are coming together with Gem to basically change the way people hold on Solana. It's very bullish. Let's go. And let's see, what else do we got? What else is on the menu today, Wilder? Hope.
Yes,
So
I'm
I
here.
got
I
you.
was
Okay.
listening, and I was looking back too because I thought if the amount of what we needed to hold was a little bit lower, but I guess you were right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
100K.
nice to have people have it tokenized so that there's a meme coin portfolio that you can acquire and adjust, right, with some vetted projects. So that's bullish. I think it's bullish for tokens to come together on Solana because they need each other, right? It's
Yeah.
hard to stand out on your own on Solana chain. It's like defying gravity at some point, even. So them hooking things up together, tokenizing all that, yes, bullish. I saw them earlier in Ape Space when I was listening in on there, and I was like, yes, they're doing the work, they're doing the shill, and they got something good going on there. So yeah, liking the S&P. Do not hold it myself, but yeah, I might grab a bag.
Yeah, I'm looking at how
But
to do
what
the meme folio right now, actually.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I think that's going to be a bullish thing because that is kind of what we're lacking altogether in crypto when we compare this to the stock market. So everybody can easily on ramp on the stock market, and you're going to do so through usually a company that provides you with a portfolio that is going to be bullish, right? And then share the profits of that with you.
Mm-hmm.
But in crypto, you kind of have to figure everything out yourself. And of course, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to buy stuff that won't do anything. And you're going to buy stuff that possibly do something, but, not in the time frame that you were thinking it was going to do.
Hmm.
There's that too. Uh, and so there's a lot in crypto that you need to be doing yourself, and you should be doing that yourself. I mean, in the end, it's that you build your own conviction. Um, so never listen to anybody saying like you got to buy this, right? Because you cannot hold based on somebody else telling you you got to buy this.
Hmm.
But it is nice that on Solana there's at least like a coin like the S&P that does bet the projects on there. So basically you can be good there, right? They're doing a good job of that. And of course, yeah, we had the projects that were listed on there in the space earlier. So yeah, we were like, yes, we have some good projects on here. Luckily so, right?
Hmm.
Even though, let's make it clear, we are a platform to help out communities. I love that. If you have something good and you have a good community, you you need more help, right? And I'm all for that, right? Win-win situation here. So yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to some monad because that's the next alpha, right? If you're listening in on the YouTube live stream or on X, welcome there. If you're watching the visuals with us, right? Tick pulls them up. He does a great job of doing so. And so we're going to now move to monad because what is monad?
A parallel
Monad is going to be,
scaling. Good.
yes, here we go with the a parallel scalable. Um, Layer one blockchain in testnet right now. We do not know when they go main. They're in testnet 2 now, and they were looking for validators. That's all been done. So they moved on into phase 2 with all of this, and I could see that they are going main when the market turns bullish. That would be either late quarter 3 or quarter 4. That's my expectation. Purely speculation based on nothing because the team is of course not saying a word about that, as they should. Why is this bullish? Because hey, Wild, you were just talking about Sui, right? Yeah, I did, and it is not as fast as Sui. Gotta admit that, right? It's half as fast as Sui, makes it twice as fast as Solana. Just the bullish thing about that monad is it's like three big things here. Why I selected monad as to be a good opportunity, and that is because it's EVM compatible, and that's something that Sui isn't, and we just gotta have to admit that a lot of builders in the space are used to building on Ethereum. That's hands down the majority of developers is used to, the coding language used for Ethereum. So this is a rebuild of Ethereum. So anything Ethereum, can be relatable to Monad as well. So that's all out in the open there. Of course, it then next we're going to look for some venture capital, and then we see the same venture capital that's behind Sui and Solana is also gathering up around that monad, right? They already had like almost 300 million raised in their rounds for all of that. So bullish on that as well. And like I said, that coding, and you can see it already in the testnet, all these D apps, right? Right now, I mean, you cannot do that with if you cannot have the same coding language. So it's a rebuild of Ethereum, also parallel scalable new blockchain coming out. That's right now in testnet, and you can possibly be eligible for the possible airdrops, right? So how do we do that? Well, you're gonna go to the Monad XYZ faucet. You need to have 0.03 Ethereum in your wallet and 3 previous Ethereum transactions, and that will make you eligible to get testnet tokens from that faucet. Nothing will happen to your Ethereum. It's just for eligibility, and so you can faucet every 6 hours. You can get testnet tokens. And what are you going to do on the testnet? Well, anything that you can do on a mainnet, but then without any consequence, right? Paper trading. You can buy meme tokens. You can launch meme tokens yourself all day, every day, all day long. We did have some fun with that as well. You can launch your own NFT collection. You can mint NFTs that other people launched on there, right? You can stake it. You can leverage it. You can borrow, lend it, right? And there's so much on there. So even if you do the testnet thing, set yourself up for possible airdrops from Monad because you are testing the net for them, and they will hand out a few rewards. I'm sure that they will. I do not know what wallets will be then, what transactions amount will be required, and et cetera, et cetera. We don't know. But let's say even if I would not get any airdrops, still very bullish to be run around on the testnet doing all that because you will recognize that early utility on there, right? And they are going to go main with Monad, and we already kind of distinguish those already just from being on the testnet. So if you ever wondered how to get utility alpha early, like how do I get this utility on this ecosystem early, right? Well, in the testnet, right, kind of gives you already the ones that are going to go main with Monad immediately or soon after, so you can take positions in it. And of course, you have the advantage of having moved on that ecosystem already, so you know how it works with the wallet, right? You know all that stuff. So you're just front running all the people that are gonna come when this thing goes main, right? So we kind of already know what their meme tokens are gonna be too, Tick, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
you mean like the dock and the chog and
Yeah,
those
chalk.
ones?
Yeah, Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Those are gonna go. I mean, you can see this coming, right? They already approved in these wallets on the test net, so that kind of gives it away. And of course, that a priori is gonna be a thing. Kinsu, dollar sign Kinsu, and then we have ATL Atlantis. It's gonna be their V for Dex, right? And so you can pool there, earn money there to through liquidity pools,
Oh,
and
on
so
which one? I just opened up a liquidity pool yesterday. Was it on which one did you say you can do it on?
well, there's a few that you can do that with, but you can do
Shoot.
it on Atlantis.
I think it
You
was
can do it
Atlantis I
on
did it.
monorail. I thought you could do it on mono.
I think
I
I
don't
may
know.
have
I
opened
kind of
up a
have to back
pool
up and look that up for you. Yeah.
on, yes, I think I did it on Atlantis yesterday. Let me double check. Yeah, I think I did it with Mist and Wrapped Mon because yeah,
Yes.
Mist and Wrap, so that the APR on that is 2600%.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, I'm going to open up a little liquidity pool."
Yeah, and a nice side effect from all of this moving on a test net is that you would possibly, hopefully, daring to do more than you would on a mainnet, right? Where it
Mhm.
actually can cost you consequences in the form of money and
Right.
loss or wins, right? So here it's all about paper trading. So if you never added liquidity before, go learn how to do that on the test net. Well, who cares there, right? If you make a mistake, you make a mistake and it has no consequences. Go launch a meme token, see what that is like, right? Yeah. So that's launch an NFT collection. If you already thought like, hey, maybe I should do my own NFT collection, well, go ahead and try it on the test net. See how that process goes. Learn from that, right? So uh, yeah, much more bullishness than just Monad on its own. Also, if you want to figure out if your wallet is doing well, because the kind of the words out there always when in testnet is like, yes, well, I don't want to do this every day. You'll go through the faucet and do a few transactions on there because there's so many wallets that are taking from that faucet, and they're right. It's like 300 million, right? So it's up there. But how can you then tell if your wallet is doing good, right? Well, you go to Layer Hub, select testnet monad, punch in that wallet, and then you can see how your wallet is doing in comparison to the rest. And then even with just a few transactions daily, you would see that your wallet is, much more bullish than you would think. So there's a real alpha. When I'm on testnetting, I use Layer Hub all the time to kind of see where I'm at with things and see how well the wallet is doing. I did say eTestnet as well. Got like a huge amount of airdrop from that. Like that was really big. Aptos Sui testnet, same thing, right? So, use that layer hub XYZ.xyz. Go do then that testnet, punch in your wallet, and see how good you're doing. And I would say if you are within the uh, 0.1.3%, and you could get there pretty quickly, that you're pretty good place for receiving these possible airdrops. And we always have to say possible airdrops because these teams, these projects are never going to tell from the get go, right?
Mhm.
If they're going to drop it, how much, right? That is all kept quiet until the moment is there. So but like I said, nevertheless, even if I would get zero airdrops from this, I would still think it's bullish. Yes, I know what the deal is. I know the alpha on the utility plays, and I'll be sure to catch these front row seats there and be early, right? Be early on a blockchain one. So these blockchain ones, they don't come around often, and not I mean, 2 years ago we had CE and SUI, and I know there's some smaller ones being launched in between, but these bigger ones that haul in almost 300 million, that have venture capital like Circle behind them, right? And I think it even has Gate.io and Coinbase. Um, so if they gather behind something, that should be a bullish indicator for you to be giving this at least a second look, right? So I did. The team is are the guys from Quant, right? So yeah, I don't know if you know, but Keone Han is kind of a name in the space too, and so they are doing this Monet thing. So yeah,
Mm.
go ahead and check it out. Be on a test net and do some running around there.
Yeah, yeah. It's uh, it's a very there's a lot to it. So with the Monad testnet, so there's a lot of different like platforms, exchanges, lots of places that you can mint NFTs, trade collections, tokens, as well as uh, exchanges and places where you can
Yes.
do, like you were saying, the liquidity pools and things like that. So there's just so much when you go on monad.xyz, and at the top where it says ecosystem, when you click on apps and infrastructure, that's where you can pull up the list of the different dApps that are available to use on the test net. And so yeah, like you're saying, just incredibly bullish, and there's a
Yeah.
lot to be learned just by
Yeah, and don't
testing
sit
things
on
out.
your Monad tokens. Spend them, right? The whole objective here is to make as much contract interactions and um, transactions as possible, right? So go ham. I mean, buy meme tokens, launch meme tokens by any means. Do all of that, right? And there are a few platforms in there that you can do that with. Always, if you want to test the net, go to Monad XYZ, click on ecosystem, and there you can find the list of the apps that you can interact with and do these transactions with, right? Always go from there. Do not go on Google and search that stuff because scammers are trying to scam you, and they will make it seem like two-letter difference, and then that will happen. So just always go to the source, Monad XYZ ecosystem, move from there to the websites and the apps that you want to check out and test, right? So, yes, don't hold on to any Monad. Start test netting, spend it all, use little amounts in your swaps, right, to make as much transactions as possible because that will give you your wallet a leg up, right, for possible airdrops. So, that's the alpha with that, and then you can check on layer hub how well you're doing with that, and maybe you need to up your game, and maybe you can just cruise along, right? And for it's also counting the days that you're doing it, so you just have to be a little bit consistent with this. Like, I'm doing maybe 5 transactions on a day, and it takes me a couple of minutes to do so. Sometimes we remind people, yeah, use the faucet, right? And I'm like, oh yes, I still need to use the faucet as well. But yeah, we were talking about Monad, and if we spot something new and possible utility in there that's going to be bullish, and what that utility is and what it does on Monad, right? We're going to unpack all of that um, here and there in spaces when we come across it, right? So we will keeping you updated on that alpha as well. But yeah, if you want to go ahead, make yourself eligible for these possible airdrops from Monad, you still have time. I think we still have till after the summer for this. So you're not late by any means, right? Just get started, hook yourself up, faucet, and go. Spend these testnet tokens. That's what they're there for. Testnet tokens will not translate into airdrops, you guys. These airdrops will be separate, right? So you don't need to hold on to any of these testnet tokens. You can just spend them all.
Mm,
Let's go to town. Let's go to town.
yes.
It's another opportunity, right? Another opportunity to be bullish on something new layer one blockchain with that much eyes on it. That is going to be something that I'm going to be on a test net with, just like with SAE, like I did with these other bullish ones, right? I was like, yes, I need to be on there. And then if you would have been on there early, yeah, just let that unfold, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're here in the bear market for, to look for these opportunity, early opportunity, right? And things that that might be maybe the next Solana, next BNB, right? Because every bull run will have its new thing, right? Its new shiny thing. And even though I think that's going to be by and large SUI, don't fade this monad either, right? That could really do some numbers too. I mean, upside potential on these new things is huge. So definitely risk manage, but don't fade them. I think a part of your portfolio should be exposed to new technology coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just to position yourself for upside potential, for massive upside potential that way. Just like with that Estate X, right? I mean, look at that, put it on your watch list. I kind of told it last week they launched. I was like, wait for that dip, wait for the dip to come in. Your bags would be up 60% right now. Just and they pumped so hard in 48 hours. And these things never fail, never fails this, right? So I've been here too long to
Mm-hmm.
know. the winning strategy with these things, especially if they're new, right? So for me, this that estate X is such a long term play for me. But their blockchain for real estate is right now in testnet too. They're going main in quarter 3. They already said that, right? It's very clear there. So I'm just positioning myself for that rip that it's going to do, and it is going to do because this is seriously undervalued. These prices, yeah, you won't see those back, right? For these tokens, that market cap, no, no,
For
that is
Estate
just not.
X?
Yeah,
Yeah, so what is it at 120 mil right now?
yeah, that's nothing for a blockchain. It's in testnet right now, but they're going main in quarter 3. This is insane early, right? This is insane early. Now, because it's early, there's going to be that volatility. There's going to be these 40% pumps on the day like it did today. It
Yeah.
can because the market cap is so low, right? So
Yeah.
it can really run hard. So don't FOMO. Keep it on your watch list. Wait for a pullback, right? Uh, Wait till it pullbacks and then start maybe not financial advice, but that's what I'm gonna. I have some buy orders there, and so I'm just adding slowly to my bag to create myself the best position possible for this project. And we all got to do that for ourselves with amounts that we. I'm always amazed when sometimes when I had my copy trading account on Big Cat, it was kind of fun because the majority of people that were copy trading me did so with more money than I would.
Damn.
Yeah. So, don't go full. I'm not responsible for the amounts that you put in,
Mm-hmm.
but here's what I do. I take positions with smaller, I gun smaller amounts at it. So my average is really good. And then when it starts to rip, I'm in profit immediately if I wasn't already, right? So the bag's always looking happy there. So if you're just going to blow your gunpowder in one go, then that's it. If that chart it then takes a 20% down, which it can because it's so low cap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, will it do a 10x from here? Oh, yes. That's almost, I cannot guarantee nothing, but 120 mil for a later one. Real estate geared with all that that they have going on. You got to go to these AMAs, listen to these recordings, or join a live one. If you have questions, right, go into the Discord, ask questions. But yeah, undervalued, right? So undervalued. So even if it's 20% down for another 100% rip, you just have to wait then and have time. But that might make you feel a little less bullish on your bag. So that's why I always gone for DCA. I always gone smaller amounts over time, so
Mm.
that I'm buying at levels lower, and possibly maybe one is a top blast, but that doesn't matter because I'm also shooting for the lower ends, right? So my average and my bag is happy, and so I can remain bullish about that position.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Because if your bags are not happy, you're not going to be happy. And the more unhappy you get with your bags, the more agitated you will be. The more you will watch that lower time frame charts, and that is never helpful because the volatility in these charts is very very clear. And with a red candle down, right, you'll be sitting there like, what am I even doing in this project? What, and you are gonna end up selling the bottom.
Mm.
And there's
Yeah.
always the last one to sell. And yeah, so if you're not feeling happy, you're going to monitor that, and you're going to be highly emotionally responsive to that because yeah, you feel unhappy, right? And you just want to see some green so you can feel happy about it again. But the mistake was not the project, that was all on you. Yeah. So
Mm.
don't look at the chart. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, all right, what did I do wrong here? Because I'm unhappy with my bag right now. What should I do to prevent this from happening in the future? And what should I do um, to remain bullish in this, right? And the answer is you have to stay liquid, right? So when it dips, you can add a little bit to that position, and your bag will be healthy and happy again, and so will you.
Mm.
Um, so really, the alpha was all about you guys staying liquid enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Very nice.
all in
Well,
is never good, right?
mm-hmm.
It's never good
Yeah. Plus,
unless you
well,
have
price impact.
unless you go all in on a plan that you made. Then it's good. Then by any means, be delusional about it, be hardcore about it. keep doing what you're doing, right? If you build a plan, but if you're just gunning randomly, that's not a good strategy to keep up, right? And
Right.
then you're being delusional in the wrong direction.
Hmm.
Yeah. Do. Yeah, that's basically. Oh no, I wanted to mention something else, right?
Yeah.
Because there's something else I've been watching on my watch list. Of course, they did excellent pumps already, and I see that token because I'm looking at 300 charts a day just to come up with trades for myself. Uh, this one is in there all the time, and I faded it and faded it and faded it. But and now I gotta mention it because I think for your if you're looking to add something to your portfolio in the AI section, then this is going to be a wonderful thing. So I already mentioned Bit and Sword, Tao. Don't fake Tao, please. Put it on your watch list. That might be a great way to de-risk your portfolio a little bit with that, right? Bullish token there, Bit and Sword. Do your research. But right now, I want to give you some AI utility that is really bullish as well, and that's called Griffin, right? So
Oh
Griffin
yeah.
or Griffin, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
a blockchain-based platform operating on Solana, and I'm always about okay that AI on Solana, just the combination of that AI narrative and Solana, that's gonna is like twice as bullish, right? So it focuses on a decentralized finance again, so the DeFi and the artificial intelligence integration, so for scalable DeFi solutions, seamless token swaps, liquidity provision, ecosystem growth, leveraging Solana's high, sorry, throughput and low transactions cost, right? So the utility token facilitates the transactions, the governance and rewards within the platform. So it's that's the native token. And the AI integration, it offers customizable AI agents, personal agents, and pre-designed agents, agent for Flipper for trading, agent Baxis for analytics, and to automate DeFi tasks. So bullish there, right? Users can earn rewards if you provide liquidity to that. It is Solana based, so in it, yeah, all of that makes it for me bullish. Put that on your watch list. I am right, and my portfolio is a little bit overextended. I need to condense something, but I kind of really like this one as well, you guys. So if you know, you know. Um, it does these pumps that I really like from Tars AI as well. uh, Tars AI is a AI token on Solana, also backed by Solana. So you might want to look into that one too. I did a monster of a trade today in a leverage trade on that, and it's still freaking ripping. These tokens do, these are so great for swing trades because they do for a swing trade on a 2 3 day swing can give you anywhere it's like 120% right pumps there. And if you use that for some leverage trading, some future trading like I do, man, 40x out the door. I don't need to do any trading more for the rest of the week, right? If you're going about it the right way. And so, yes, bullish on this one as well. I'm looking for a spot in my portfolio. If there, I need to condense some and free up some stuff, but definitely eyeballing this one as well. And I think it could be a really good AI narrative to as an add-on to any portfolio with a maybe a smaller position because it is a risky business. But these AI tokens will run hard, and I think the ones on Solana will run even harder. That's just my take on things, right?
Wow.
It's just also I noticed that this one was on Hyperliquid as well. So this is going to be that's why I actually talk about it now because this is gonna I'm gonna do some calls for trades on Hyperliquid because I think it's just bullish and bullish from my content. So I'm gonna look for things on there, and I see that this token can be tradable on Hyperliquid as well. So let's just have fun with that one, shall we? And that volatility, we'll be baking some baguettes pretty soon.
Hmm.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't
Yeah.
know anything about Hyperliquid. I know that you've been talking about it for the last week, and I know nothing about Hyperliquid. It's a blockchain. It's a layer one.
No, 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 no.
No.
It's a trading platform, right?
Oh, okay.
And it's high leverage, right? So it's crazy. that whale that did 500x opened the 500x long on Bitcoin was on Hyperliquid.
Oh,
That's why they
right.
call it Hyperliquid. Yeah,
Ooh, that's wild. Yeah, I know
that is
nothing
wild.
about it. Um,
I
hmm.
mean, that's kind of like if you want to be a straight jacket trader, but then go out all out degen style.
Yeah.
That's Hyperliquid, right? Opening a 500x on long. That's a degen long on Bitcoin.
Wow.
That was the highest one ever, and he went in with like 1 million or something like that, or 5 million. I don't even know. Ridiculous big amounts, right? And
Yeah.
he was up 40 million, and then he was down 20 million, and he closed his position with loss, right, when he did that. But yeah, only on Hyperliquid, right? Can you go to extremes like that? Is like doing these tradings on degen style, right? So I was kind of like, yeah, kind of liking that, right?
Wow.
Kind of need to try that out. I don't need to, of course, do that with a million.
Oh, you can't.
Hell,
You can't.
hell no.
You can't trade on Hyperliquid in the U.S. though. It says you're accessing our product and service from a
Yeah,
restricted jurisdiction. Oh.
I'm sorry about that, you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MEXC is like that. Magma.
Yeah.
There's a lot of platforms
Yeah,
that you
but you
can't.
guys can do it on Blowfin, and I do have an account on Blowfin as well. So
Huh.
I am gonna address that Hyperliquid just for the people who can.
Yeah.
But I am also gonna do some stuff on Blowfin and just move a little bit out over there because most of the things that I do are on KuCoin and Binance, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
just because it's easier for me. I don't need to send anything anywhere else. But I'm gonna move venture out to Hyperliquid. I already picked the tokens there. I added them into my list so I can keep an eye on those and learn about their charts a little more. Get a vibe for those and some bullish tokens that really have upside potential like the one I just mentioned, right? So we can do actually like a monster trade and then go a little bit harder on Hyperliquid that way. But
Oh.
Blowfin is a good non-KYC
Yeah.
that you guys can use, and then I'll be moving a little bit more in that direction to use Blowfin a little bit more and what's available on there to make trades, right, to do futures.
Mm.
Yes, yes. So to summarize, 2 days space and live streams, right? Yeah, some bullish communities always showing up. We had the gem community coming up. We had 1000x on Sui. Tomorrow will be open at the same time, same space again, right? And you're more than welcome to join. On Thursday, it's going to be Thirsty Thursday. So for me, all my posts are going to be about Sui because Sui means water, right? Sui, and so we are gonna have the what's the ticker space, and we are gonna have just it being about 1000x. So even though everybody's welcome to join on stage, ask questions around that and chill out, but there'll be no other shilling than 1000x, right? So that's what we're gonna do. Then Thursday have like a starring space for 1000x, and we're gonna have some giveaways attached to that.
Oh, that's
So
sick.
yeah, follow 1000x, head into the TG. I'm gonna bless my village, our village, Tick,
Yeah.
with some Sui on that day as giveaway, and then 1000x gonna do a giveaway as well. And we are both gonna post about that. What you gotta need to do to be eligible, right?
Uh
Well,
huh.
I can tell you this much: you gotta be in the space. If you're not in the space, there ain't no winning, right? You gotta show up. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
show up to receive the rewards, you guys. You gotta show up every day and do that. So how about it? How about it,
That's
Dick?
cool. Yeah, no, I'm very yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Um and I'll see what I can clip up from today's show.
Let's do that.
Let's do it. Thanks again, you guys. Cholana, Lamb, Otto, the whole gym crew. Thank you guys so much. 1000x. You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'm the squeeze them where they at. I'm trying to bring them Queens back. 1000x is gonna land. I got him chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Yes, yes, yes. It was a great space once more. The Dojo Dogs in New York tomorrow morning in the Crypto Moonlight. Oh my God, so excited for you guys. Stay bullish, Tick.
Stay bullish, my friends. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Stay safe. You're traveling. Travel safely. Come on now. I'd like to see you back in the spaces. Let's go.